Hi everybody, this is your boy DrkBLADExx at Dark Forces, aka Black Hawk, Division Leader for DCUO. How's it going? What's going? Let's get with your pimp. Today we are in Unholy Matrimony, doing the feat known as Lesser Sin. This takes place inside of Unholy Matrimony. Once again, this feat can be done in Elite or Regular, but I strongly suggest just doing it in the Regular. Unless you just want to make things a little bit more of a challenge, then go ahead. However, guys, as you guys know, I do all my feat videos from the perspective of someone just being able to come into here. So I'm going to assume that everybody is at least 130, but I'm going to hope that you guys are 140. So, like, I'm hoping everybody's 140, but at least 130. Alright, now, of course, you can come into here at a way lower level than that, but don't do that to yourself. Trust me. There are so many things in this raid that you sometimes need to switch your strategy up constantly that it's just not doable to come here at a low level. So not just you, but your teammates, your group. I'm going to pretty much assume that everybody is at least 130, but I'm going to hope that they're 140. Alright, so within that range, I'm going to tell you how to do this. Even though you guys see we're at higher CR levels than that, but I'm going to assume that you guys are at a lower CR level, and I'll tell you how to get this feat at that CR level. Alright, to a lot of people this feat is a little bit complicated. I'm going to try to break it down as simple as possible. To get Lesser Sins, all you have to do, really, is just defeat the Avatar Sin without defeating any of the Titans that you need for the feat. Okay, so pretty much it's just defeat Avatar Sin without defeating Teen Titans. And there's a check mark for each Titan. Once you defeat them one time, you're good for that Titan. But you have to get them all. And only a small few Titans show up. So you're going to have to constantly requeue this. This isn't going to be one of those things where you can just queue one time and get the feat. You're going to have to requeue at least twice, at least. And that's if everybody shows up perfectly. It is completely random, the selection of Titans that show up to fight you. It is completely random. What you can do is talk to Raven. And now that the ads are in the room, kind of like, if you can't see them from there, like walk along the back side. You see where my group is? Walk along that wall where this Pillars of Fire is at, and kind of itch closer to him so that you can get a good look at the team without actually attacking him. Make sure that the ones that are out there are the ones you need, because if the ones you need are not out there, there is no point to doing this feat. You can just beat it just to get to the next boss fight, or you can disband and re-queue it and see who shows up. Like I said, it's completely random who shows up. And this isn't one of those types of feats where you can just beat it one time and the feat's granted. There's combinations of Titans, so you're going to have to queue this multiple times just to get them all. Alright, now before you even start, getting in here to do this feat, you need to make sure you have the right group makeout. Alright, so when you're coming here at a level to, actually come into here, it doesn't really matter what level you're at. Whether you're really, really high CR, you're overpowered, or you're just able to come in here. What you're going to need is 2 tanks for this feat. Because this feat involves you keeping things alive, and whether you're low DPS or you have high overpowered DPS, you're going to be able to kill the ads before you kill the boss. So it's not a good idea to tank everything together. So for this feat, you're definitely going to want to have 2 tanks. Now if you want to have 2 healers, that's okay. Actually at a low CR, I kind of suggest that a little bit. But it's up to you. You only need to have 1 troll, and then the rest are all DPS. What you're going to do is you're going to, you see where the actual spinning wheels on the side to the left side of the room? You're going to tank the boss all the way to one side of the room up there next to the wheels, and then you're going to tank the ads, tank all the ads exactly where they're at right now. So where all the ads are at right now on the screen, and also where the Avatar Sin is at, have one tank jump right over there, grab all the ads, have the other tank use his taunt and pull the Avatar over to the other side of the top stream. So for instance, right over where Raven's at, I'm going to go over towards her, and then I'm going to pull Avatar Sin. That way, the back of the room where the Pillars of Fire are at, the team's over there, but they're away from both the Avatar and they're away from both the ads. By separating the ads from the boss, now everybody can just kill the Avatar of Sin and not have to worry about taking out any of the Teen Titans. Because remember, you have to keep the Teen Titans alive. Now, on top of this, there's mechanics you have to worry about, and certain people do certain things. For instance, Cyborg has an attack where he kneels down and does a one-shot to the group. Especially at a lower CR, it is a one-shot. Anytime you see Cyborg kneeling down, lunge him. Lunge him. Now, there are other people besides Cyborg that has such one-shot mechanics. I don't remember that top of my head. I am sorry. That's the only one I really remember. Besides the Titan mechanics, there's the room mechanics, such as when you're fighting the Avatar of Sin, eventually a pillar of, I want to say, I guess I'm going to call it like wrath energy or blood energy or whatever you want to call it, will appear on the ground like that right there. Do not stand in it. Roll out the way. Do not expect your healer to heal you through it. Now, there are some healers that can actually do that, but don't rely on it, especially if you're taking damage on top of that. It's just, why put yourself through that? So don't rely on that. If you see that pool of fire, roll out of it. Roll out of it. You will die with the quickness. As you can see, yeah, my health is going down pretty much, and I'm actually overpowered to be here, so yeah. I was going down with the quickness. So yeah, don't stand in that pillar. Roll out of it. Don't just block, roll out of it. Now, with those mechanics in mind, always, always, always have the tank constantly, almost constantly, keep spamming his taunt. That way that it's always on him and not back over there towards the ads. Because remember, people's attacks tend to have AoE effects. What I mean is, why most of your attacks when you're using an AM are somewhat single target. Some of your moves attack in AoE. So the ads, aka the Titans, are going to get hit while you're attacking the boss if they're not separated. So you want to always make sure that you have the boss on one side of the room and the ads on the other. Always, always, always. Remember, you're just burning the boss, you leave the Titans alone. You always keep rolling out of the red blood or red flames, whatever you want to call it, or wrath energy, whatever you want to call it. Always make sure you're running out of it, and make sure that everybody's picking up. Well, I can't say everybody pick up. There's usually that one person who's always designated to do pickups, but for the most part, if someone's close enough to you and you think you can get them up before someone else can, take the chance and do it. You're going to need everybody here for this feat, especially at low CR level. Alright, now there's a couple things you can do to kind of speed this along for yourself, so I'm going to like slow the video down and talk to you about it real quick, because this feat's about to end in a couple seconds. Alright, so one of the things you can do is you can have your backups. Your backups will do a lot of damage. You can send them into the fray, but you kind of want to be careful about them. Make sure that when you have your backups on or out, you're attacking what you need to attack, because they will go after whatever you attack. Also, they will go after whatever ad is closest to you within aggro range. That being said, make sure that you're nowhere near a Titan at all. You want to be near the Avatar of Sin. Also, with that said, make sure that your backup, henchman, supply drop, and orbital strikes are all at max level if you choose to use them. That way, they're way more effective. Also, orbital strikes. When it comes to using orbital strikes, only use them one after the other. Wait for the animation to end, start the next one. Wait for the animation to end, start the next one. Now, actually, if you know the actual end of the animation, you could already start bringing out the next one. You don't have to actually wait until the animation completely goes away. It's a way of speeding it up a little bit, so they're just constant orbital strikes nonstop. Now, the reason that you're doing it that way is because if everybody unleashes their orbital strike at the same time, like I say, all 8 people have orbital strikes, and we all unleash orbital strikes, it cancels them out. Only one orbital strike will do damage, and the rest are canceled out. And you still have your cooldown, so it's kind of like you wasted it. So you guys need to actually like have an order, call them out one after another. So you got your backups or henchmen, you got your orbital strikes, then supply drops. Supply drops are good for use when picking people up. Also, they're good for giving you a damage buff, depending on if your supply drop is fully boosted all the way up. If it's fully boosted all the way up, standing in it will make your damage stronger. So keep in mind those little tips and tricks, alright? As you can see, we got the feat. Well, easy, done. Now, if you guys have any comments or questions or anything like that that you want me to answer, just leave them in the comment section below. I will get back to you guys. Once again, thanks for watching this video, guys. This is your boy DrkBLADExx at Dark Enforcers, aka Black Hawk Division Leader for DCUO. Dark Enforcers, Darkness Rises. Remember, holla.